Hey guys, it's Terry. How's your heart today? How's your heart? I hope you're doing well. I'm thinking of you. So today I'm going to answer a question that was written in by Tay the Pterodactyl. Thank you for your question. It was a great question. It was all about past lives and how to identify past lives and how to, I kind of expanded a little bit on it, and how to not just identify them, but learn from them, okay? So, Tay the Pterodactyl, great question. Thank you so much for writing in. All right, here's the dealia with past lives, you guys. First of all, some of us believe in reincarnation, some of us don't. Most of us who are watching me do believe in reincarnation and do believe in past lives. Now, technically, there's obviously no way to prove this, right? But what we can say is that the human body is density and matter, and the soul is made up of energy. And energy always exists. There's no way to uncreate energy, and there's no way to create energy. It just always exists. It always is, right? It's the matter and density and matter that fails or that stops being in that form. So energy is always energy. Matter is what changes form, right? So as we know, matter, which let's say the human body, the frequency of energy is much slower. So a slower frequency is more matter, and a higher frequency or faster frequency is more energy. So when the soul is detaching from the body, or it detaches from the body has no power system to it anymore, right? So it does decompose and all of that because it was created from matter, which was energy at one point, but now its battery, its power source is gone, right? So the soul is now able to go or find another container that has slower frequency and density, right? So it finds matter to battery into charge, okay? So let's just talk about that just really briefly, okay? So the soul, because it's energy, and energy is made of light waves, right? Light waves contain information on it, okay? So all types of information is on an energetic light wave, okay? Past, present, even future. At least we should say potential future, potential dimensions, potential. Doesn't mean it has to, it's potential, okay? So what's going on is reincarnation or past life information is on frequency waves, right? And there is a memory bank or a data memory bank in a soul, in a wave of information. So that would carry past information. The thing is that part of the human experience is that once a soul takes on an earth suit, the earth suit acts as a filter so that not all information is going to be remembered on that data wave, okay? So what that means is that through taking on an earth suit, it has to remember its way back to its essence of that information. Okay, so though it does take information with it, it doesn't necessarily reveal all the information from everything in the past, okay? So that is why oftentimes we can have some of the same issues that we've had in past lives that we're having in this current lifetime. Now, as a truth seeker, as a psychic, as a medium who speaks to dead people, and as a human being, I have a certain belief process, and the human body has a nervous system, and the earth suit does have to abide by certain ways of the planet Earth, just based on the frequencies and the earth suit the soul takes on, right? So Identifying past lives is actually not an easy thing. Can it be done? Absolutely. A lot of times it is revealed through trauma in current lifetime. So probably the easiest, most common way past life information is revealed in current life is through trauma. So when you are experiencing any type of trauma in this human lifetime, it's most likely, and of course there's no way we can prove this, yes, it is most likely being reenacted or played out from a past life where we either didn't. This is where it gets complicated, because there are contracts. This is where it gets really spiritual and all woo. Contracts that need to be completed in this lifetime. And again, the whole reason we even exist is because Source wants to experience itself, right? So it gets to experience itself. Source, Creator, God, Goddess, whatever you believe in, your higher power, gets to experience itself through our journey. So technically there's no judgment on anything that happens, but trauma is real in this human life and it sucks ass and it's hurtful and it's painful and we have to go through it and we grow through it, right? But one of the, God, this is a very, you know what, Tay, great question. As I'm going into this, I'm like going into the rabbit hole and I'm like, I can't go there in one freaking video. So I'm going to go back to the basics of your question, is how do you identify past lives? Through trauma in your current life. And that's how you can heal past life, past lineages, ancestral DNA, is through your current lifetime, through working through your trauma. When you work through your trauma, you energetically shift your body, you shift your systems, and you're rediscovering, replanting, and currently relearning information that goes on to those data waves. Okay, so you're breaking all the conditions of whatever it is that you experienced, that you started to create your story from. You're rebuilding your current lifetime, and you're programming new information into your human brain through neuroplasticity. And the brain is all electric. Remember, we are all electricity, and the brain and the heart are the battery of the earth suit, right? So you're replanting information. You are not only rediscovering who you really are, your true essence, so your soul is remembering who it is, and God, Source, Creator, God, Goddess, whatever your higher power is experiencing itself, but you're also programming for not only a future in this current lifetime, but for future lifetimes as well, because remember, there's information on data waves. So to make a long story short, really the best way, or the easiest way to identify past life, is what is going on in your current life that either you've healed from trauma or you're working on right now. And trauma doesn't have to be like a really big, huge thing like physical abuse, sexual abuse. It can be just a breakup, right? It could be breaking your arm. It's whatever your human brain deems dangerous, and leaves an imprint and creates a new story about itself. So that's really the best way to identify what might have happened in the past life, is like, oh, this situation keeps coming up and I haven't quite healed it yet, and it's showing up as trauma in my life, or it's or I had this trauma and I healed from it, and now I'm just constantly redirecting myself, course correcting myself, right? So another way you could do it is through hypnosis, and that's through energy, right? But y'all can't forget that we are human beings that have earth suits that contain autonomic nervous system to protect us. The ego is here to protect us. So a lot of times the approach to the way we do things is through spiritual bypassing, and it doesn't work. We always have to go back to the fact that we are humans and we have to do earth work. right? In order to do light work, you gotta do your earth work. So if you're finding your light work is starting to you're struggling, or it's stagnant, or you're not even reaching your goals, it's because you're not doing your earth work. You're trying to bypass with Reiki and yoga and crystals and meditation and blah, 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 blah. And that's because you're not working out stuff from the past life, which is showing up as either blocks, blind spots, trauma in your current life now. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an explanation on this, Tay. Really great question. You wrote in several questions, so I'm going to try and get to all of yours in these videos. Thank you so much. And everybody, stay connected. Isn't that what I say to everybody? Stay connected to yourself, stay connected to your family and friends, and of course you can stay connected to me. Maybe you want to work with me one-on-one, maybe you want a reading, maybe you want a coaching, maybe you want to work out some past life shit through getting unstuck. You know, you've got goals, maybe you've got blind spots. I can help you figure all of that out if you work with me one-on-one. Check out my site, terryhuberman.com. I also have a community for folks on Patreon. You just plug in Intuitive Coach Terry. There's exclusive content there. There's private to the community sessions, but group sessions, group readings, all of those things. And of course, now I have a podcast on all platforms. So that's really exciting. That's called The Portal with Terry Huberman. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of ways for you to heal all your past, your current, so you can work on your future. Isn't that cool? All right, guys, check out my site, terryhuberman.com. Everything is there, and I'll see ya on the flip side.